How's it going, everyone? And welcome to episode 7 of Makowski's Minute. Before we get started here, I just want to say the robe's in the wash, and I want to give a shout out to my boys in the Native Howl who are on tour. Safe travels out there, boys. Proud of you. Good luck out there. So, let's get into it. This week we're talking about the Beatles' second album, which really wasn't their second album, but we'll get there. So, released April 10th, 1964, and it spent 5 weeks at number 1 on the US Billboard charts. So, it was the third album overall to be released in the United States, but it was the second album to be released by Capitol Records. Capitol Records actually took a lot of the material from their back catalog and the singles that were released in Britain, but British record companies didn't put singles on the actual LP. They released them both separately, and the American companies did. So they actually took singles like Thank You Girl and songs from their past albums and specifically put this album together for the US market. And since it was the second album to be released by Capitol Records in America, it's the Beatles' second album. And it's funny because there's actually a lot of different versions for different countries of the Beatles' first couple albums that came out. And I kind of learned a lot about that. I was all pumped because I had the Beatles' second album, but turns out it was only the second one by Capitol Records and third one in America. But it's really, really cool. It's a great album still. It's certified gold in the US, just a week or two after it was released because it's the Beatles. It's number 1, And it was really just kind of a way for the record company, Capitol Records, to kind of make money off the Fab Four here because these young kids were selling records at the time. So, like I said, they put this one together for the US market. And that's really it. It's a great, great, great record. And his, Beatles, of course it's the Beatles, it's number 1. So that's really it. Great album, review album. Capitol Records trying to make money off the boys. Different versions in different countries. And is them still kind of getting started out. Like I said, third album overall, second album in the United States. So, join me next week when we're going to continue with the Fab Four and we're talking about Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.